host of the Gridiron.
Fourth and goal to go with the 2. 34 seconds left to go in the ball game. This is the play right now. Takes the snap. Targeted goes in. Targeted all alone. And the quarterback keeps. Wow, what a call. Nobody touched him.
All right, and welcome to the Gridiron. If you can give this video a thumbs up or maybe share this video, that would be absolutely freaking phenomenal. If you subscribe to my channel, thank you. If not, please go down below, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon. That way, next time I go live, or if I put a video out, you'll be notified. And it's free of charge. What do you got to lose? It's totally free of charge. But if you are subscribed to my channel, thank you. If you want to help support my channel out, description box below is a link. It takes you to my membership page. I got 3 different membership levels. Each one has their own little perks to them. So once again, if you want to help support my channel out, it would mean so much to me. And I thank you in advance. Thank you. And finally, just underneath that, somewhere in the description box, there's another link. Takes you to my Facebook group. It's called the New York Giants Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. We have over 9,600 members in the group. It is doing simply marvelous, might I add. Basically, if I'm alive and breathing, and if I got internet access, I'm putting stuff in this group down there 365. It's called the New York Giants, the Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. Please join it. You will not be dissatisfied. I promise. Well, Shane came, Shane saw, Shane Kyle, whatever you want to say. I'm sure it's something he's always certainly looking forward to. Now, the thing is that, this one here is, there's always them storylines, you know what I mean? Obviously, the guy never gets any, peace and quiet or whatever. But hey, comes with the job, right? But of course, they're trying to figure out. They're asking the questions about the quarterback. Is this and that? And Shane's trying to deflect the quarterback questions and all of this stuff and everything. But I think he did a pretty good job. I think the Giants are in a really good shape. Obviously, they need a quarterback. We all know that, right? A quarterback of the future. We got quarterback this year. We got a couple quarterbacks this year, right? We don't need a quarterback this year. So, we're going to talk about the number 3 pick. Obviously a little more depth and detail, but they don't necessarily need a quarterback. I've seen some stuff. See all kinds of stuff. But with possibly Jalen Milroe. Gaining some traction, maybe second round. That, of course, the question is, right? Who's gonna go where? That is like Dart and Milroe, whatever. They're gonna make it to the second round. Who's gonna make it to the Steelers? Who's gonna make it past the Steelers? Right? So anybody gonna jump back into the first round in front of the Steelers? How far is Shedeur Sanders gonna fall if he does get past the Giants? We will have to wait and see. Because they talk about, of course, the Saints, right, haven't taken a quarterback in the first round of an NFL draft since Archie Manning in 1971. So we're going back 54 years, whatever it is. I haven't taken a quarterback in the first round. So, will this be the year if Shedeur Sanders falls to him? We'll have to wait and see. Adam Schefter. I'm Adam Shefty. Seems to feel like Shedeur might do a little bit of falling now. Once again, seeing him talking. Will he fall all the way to the Steelers? Will he get to the Saints? Will he pass the Saints? Somebody jump in front of the Saints? Somebody jump in front of the Steelers? Who knows? There's always those wild cards. Of course, that's what you love about it. Why watch it? If you knew where everybody was going to go, right? So there's always, like last year, oh my goodness, all the quarterbacks. How many were going to go in the first round? I didn't realize like 39 of them were going to go in the first. Where's McCarthy going to go? McCarthy seemed like the greatest thing since sliced bread. He was skyrocketing up the draft boards and everything. So it's always exciting. Always exciting, right? Next season is going to be even, should be a little more exciting because obviously there's supposed to be, anyway, a better quarterback class coming out. So, that'll be very, very interesting. So we'll have to wait and see what the Giants obviously wind up doing with pick number 3. But we're going to talk a little bit about that more in depth and detail throughout the course of the evening here. But you can all shame poor guy. Well, once again, you're the GM. What the GM? You got to talk to the media, right? It is what it is. But I just. I'm sure it's one of his least favorite parts of the whole job. So we got some takeaways here from the general manager Joe Schoen's pre-draft press conference. Of course, then after they draft, they're going to have the after draft press conference and all that stuff. But anyway, Joe Schoen addressed the media. Just 8 days. So we're only 1 week away, guys. Oh, my. It's amazing how fast time flies by. It's crazy. General manager was asked about the latest developments in the evaluation process of the Giants hold 8 picks. Now, we got, I can't remember that because I am a moron. We got 3, 34, 65, 99, 105. I think it's 154 in the 5th round. And then we don't have a 6th rounder. We got 2 7th round picks. I can't remember. Yeah, so basically we got like 6, right? On the top about 150 picks. So basically, if you want to look at, right, a little mathematics here going on, basically around 1 out of every 25 players, the Giants have a pick. Okay, so if, once again, if Shane can do it, so basically we got 6 in the first 5 rounds. Now, let's not forget what he did, last season with only 5 picks in the first 5 rounds, right? He did rather well. So, I mean, if he can do just about as well as he did this season as he did last season, it'd be a great draft. Great draft. Let's see. So the Giants hold 8 picks, including the 3rd overall selection, and 5 in the top 105. I mean, Giants can really, once again, we're going to, especially toward the end here, we're going to be talking about like the Giants' first round picks over like the last 10 years. And we've swung and we've had some connections, and we've swung and we've had some misses. I mean, I'm going to basically over the last 10 years. We're going to go back to the Eric Flower era. Ooh, right. I mean, it was just unbelievable how back-to-back drafts, the Giants' 2nd round pick was so much far better than the 1st round. So it's just mind-boggling. Absolutely mind-boggling. Let's see. Meanwhile, the returning players are set to report off-season workout program on Monday. Woo! Man, love it, baby. Love it. In other words, it's a busy time in East Rutherford. You know what, guys? That's freaking awesome. I love it. I love it because, how this is like, without sounding too weird, right? It's spring, right? So it's almost spring. Well, it's not spring. Yeah, spring. Yeah. Right? It's almost like spring for the new football season, right? The guys are starting to come back, right? So, it's good. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So Shane started his pre-draft press conference thanking his staff. We put these kids through quite a process when they come through the building, and there's a lot of people involved that are critical in their decision-making. Oh, my goodness, absolutely, yes. Giants are in a pretty good spot 8 days away from the draft. There's still some work to do and some loose ends we're going to tie up, meeting with coaches, Zooms. We can still do Zooms with prospects. We're not there yet, but we're getting close. Feel good about where we are. How important is it to take a quarterback at some point in the draft? Shane said it's not mandatory. All right. So, which it's really not. The Giants, I don't want to say they're this right now, people may not want to hear it, but, they do have quarterbacks to lead them through this season. Do they have a quarterback in the future going forward, who can be the Giants starter for the next 10 years? No, absolutely not. But, right. Due to the free agent signings of Wilson and Winston, he likes the makeup of the room. I think the 2 guys we signed have played a lot of ball. He said they got a lot of skins on the wall. And they also talked about Tommy Chick and Carla Parmesan, who actually, won some football games a couple years ago. Right? Shane says there is depth to the quarterback class. They will take one if the board lines up, but they're not backed into a corner. There's good players for various reasons, different ages, different playtime experiences. There's quarterbacks in this draft that will go on and play and be starters in the league. Giants haven't made a decision on Kayvon and Evan Neal. We're going to talk about Evan Neal a little bit more. That will likely come up after the draft. The deadline for the clubs to exercise a fifth-year option for the players selected in the first round of the 2022 draft is May 1st. So basically, kind of like right after. It's going to be very, very, very interesting. Okay? Because right after the draft is up, right, just say the Giants take Carter. Giants exercise the fifth-year option on Kayvon. Is Kayvon, Hall of Fame or this? No. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what they wind up doing. I mean, is he, is he a good player? Sure. It's going to be interesting to see what the Giants want. I mean, because, now you figure, obviously, if they take Carter, just saying, I think it's about $8 million a season, right, for the next 4. Then if they pick up, if he's that good, if he's all that in a bag of Doritos, right, they'll pick up his fifth-year option. I don't know what that's going to be in 5 years or whatever it would be, So, I mean, of course, that's going to be probably at least $20 million or so. So, I mean, I'm not sure, what they're going to want to do with Kayvon. It'll be very, very interesting. They want to keep everything together. And let Kayvon, or they want to let Kayvon go and just have Burns and Carter. I mean, that's cool. Once again, you can never have too many edge rushers. So, you have a bunch of edge rushers right now, and you'd be letting one of them go. So, be interesting to see. I mean, if the Giants do pick up Kayvon's fifth-year option, obviously it's not going to be, an exorbitant amount of money, but just for 1 year. So, it'd be interesting to see where they want to go with that. Let's see. Giants will have a medical meeting about Carter at the NFL scouting combine. Testing revealed a stress reaction in his foot. We'll have some more information. We've been in contact. He was here on Friday. It's pretty well reported. He feels good. He's working out. He's running. Didn't even know he had it. Supposed to go away without surgery. So. Travis Hunter is a unique individual. They kept asking him all kinds of questions about Hunter. Like, would you put him on offense, put him on defense? Would you let him play both? Blah, 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 blah. And also, of course, Shane was also bringing up, we got 3 pretty good wide receivers. We got 3 pretty good cornerbacks. But he would say he'd probably let him go both. But both ways. But once again, not even sure if he's even going to be there for the Giants at number 3. But apparently, Travis, he wants to play both. Says the Giants like their wide receiving group in their secondary. Said he would not be afraid to play Travis Hunter on both sides. He said, I wouldn't doubt the kid. On what leadership means at the quarterback position, Shane said it's the ability to motivate and get people to follow you. You're the face of the franchise. Giants will be open to all options in terms of trading up and down from number 3. He said, we have received some calls. So Shane said, we like our options. We like who will be there. Shane said there are a lot of respectful debates in the draft room if they love 2 players at different positions. This week and next are about figuring out the discrepancies. They're going to run out the shot clock leading up to next Thursday night. On holding late private workouts. Yeah, he said they were talking about usually it's kind of odd to have a private workout this late before, this soon, just before the draft starts. Usually that maybe the private held a little bit earlier. But he said this is like the earliest, I think, that the 24th is the earliest that a Thursday the draft could be in the month of April. I guess next year it'll be the 25th and the 26th, or if there's a leap year, it'll jump up a couple of days. But this is like the earliest they can, you know what I mean? So he said it was just like a calendar kind of thing. Because I think Jordan Renan, the guy's annoying to me, asked if why you holding a private workout this late just before the draft. And Shane also brought up one thing too. He said, now they have the private workouts after the pro days, because he said one time, I can't remember what it was. He said he was in Miami. That Bill Parcells, it wasn't the head coach, but Bill Parcells was there, and Shane was there. And one time they had a private workout. I can't remember who it was for, but it might have been one of the quarterbacks for a team. And I was throwing the ball, or he had a private workout. It was a tight end for this team, and they were holding a private workout. I said once, I can't remember if it was the quarterback and he was throwing it to a tight end, one of his tight ends, or if they was holding a private workout for a tight end. But anyway, they had to. This was before the guys. I think it said it was before the guys' pro day. They were holding a individual, right, for him, and individual workout for him, and he wound up breaking his wrist or his hand or something like that in their individual, their private workout. And he was supposed to, whatever, the following week or the following day, whatever, was supposed to have his pro day. Well, he broke his hand or wrist or something like that, and that's so basically the Dolphins wound up screwing over a bunch of that could happen to anybody, right? But they were the team that wound up breaking the guy's wrist or hand or whatever it was, right? And holding the private workout, and wound up screwing up the guy's pro day, so he couldn't have his pro day. So that's why they one of the reasons why he mentioned about that they have their private workouts after the pro day. That way, when it has a pro day, all the teams can be there, right, checking them out, and then afterwards, that they have private workouts. But say if he has a private workout the next day, right, and he is supposed to have 4 or 5 other private workouts. Well, say the very next day after his pro day, he has a private workout, he breaks something, and he can't go to the other private workout. Well, at least when he had his pro day, all the teams should be there checking out his pro day, so they'll have some information on him, But now that was Shane says you don't want to be that one team where you want to breaking some guy's wrist or his leg or something in a private workout, or a guy pulling a hamstring or something like that, right? If you have a guy, whatever, wide receiver or something like that, right? All right. Let's see here. What do you get out of the private workouts, especially with the quarterbacks? Shane said, we have a process in place that we've had. This dates back to when Dabs and I worked together in Miami. I remember Andy Dalton and Ryan Mallett, some of those guys. It's a pretty thorough process in place that we believe in, and we've seen the results play out at the position. Not going to get into specifics of that, but it's been tested. It's true, and a lot of times it's panned out whether we liked or didn't like a prospect and how they projected to the next level. They asked him, you discussed right from the beginning about the importance of improving the quarterback position. You signed a couple of veterans, right? How important is it for the Giants to select a quarterback at some point in this draft? Shane said, with the signing of those 2 players, right, I think we put ourselves in a position where I don't think it's mandatory or something with our feet to the fire that we have to do. I think the 2 guys we signed have played a lot of ball, which they have. And he said, I like the 2 guys that we have, and Tommy DeVito's still in there, and he's won some games for us too, and he's still developing. We're happy with the makeup of the room right now. Let's see. When you go into the draft, obviously you're going into the 4th draft that you've had. How much do you have your current depth chart, your current roster, but also project 2-3 years down the road? Now, this is another thing too, right? Shane said, we're always looking at that, like projecting down the road, like as far as drafting guys or when contracts are due and stuff like that. And this was something Shane brought up, which is, He said, we're always looking at it. That's a good question. Here's where we are salary cap wise in 2026. Here's our players that are going to be UFAs. If there's a guy there in the second round that is maybe a backup year one, but maybe we don't have to pay somebody $20 million, they're looking at it that way as well, too. So you're always looking to possibly replace guys, right? A really good player, eventual starter, where you're salary cap wise, whose contracts are coming up. You're always looking into the future. Hey, there is an eventual successor to player X. If we can get a deal done or can't extend them, you're always looking at that for sure. And I said, I was talking about that the other day with our secondary now. Geez, 3 years from now, they're all up at the same time. I mean, if you look, you figure maybe Banks might be up, right? Newman might be up. Phillips might be up. They just signed Holland, right? I think a 3-year deal. They got Adebo for a 3-year deal. So they got like all these guys possibly after 3 years are going to be all up at the same time. And then he said Dex is going to be up at the same time too. The thing is with Sexy is that, I mean, I'm sure you hopefully we can keep him and hopefully he retires as a Giant. But the thing is with Dex, but, after a few more years, he's going to start, coming back down to earth a little bit. But said you were projecting down the road, the rookie class last year, except for the first round of 3 years from now, there's a lot of core guys now that their contracts are up at the same time. You try to prevent that when you're doing some deals here and there. We're always conscious of that, the financial aspect of it and how we're going to replace these players. So, I mean, that's something. I mean, you look at it as like, well, we got a lot of money to spend a few years from now, which is great. But then, you got to start looking at some of these guys' contracts that are up. Some of these guys, right? Contracts are going to be all at the same time. He brought up the secondary. I mean, you start thinking about that. It's like, because it's like we got Newman. We got him for 3 more years. We got Phillips for 3 more years. We got, I have to wait and see what's going on with Banks. Right, this will be his 3rd season. In his 4th season, we possibly pick up the 5th-year option. I don't know, which would make him 3 more years. So I'm saying, I think we signed Holland for a 3-year deal. We got Newman for 3 more years. Possibly Banks for 3 more years. We got Phillips for 3 more years, and we got Adebo for 3 more years. So the whole freaking secondary in 3 years is going to be boom, all up at the same time. So, so possibility of the Giants are going to maybe somewhere along the line look maybe to replace somebody or whatever. We'll have to wait and see. But right now, just try to enjoy the next 3 years. The young group, real young group, nice young secondary. I mean, the whole defense is young. Well, you figure, and if we can put Carter in there too, as young as he is, man, we'll have a real nice secondary. I'd still like to get a good defensive tackle too. Put somebody next to Sexy. That would be fantastic. But if we can get Carter, that'd be nice.